Welcome all to this amazing webinar on entrepreneurship. Today's topic is entrepreneurship, bright career option for tomorrow. I'm thankful to my friend, Dr. Chandan Chatterjee from Ahmedabad. He is my friend, philosopher and guide. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation, sir. I'm thankful to President of our group, Dr. Suhasini Wanjari, Dr. Abhijit Wanjari, Dr. Smita Wanjari for guidance and support. Nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risk. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling less than one you are capable. In a world of inaction or promising and undelivering every second, man seems to claim himself as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur either win or learn, he never lose. Entrepreneur take actions when others hesitate. Entrepreneur think big when others don't. Entrepreneur will sacrifice when others won't. Entrepreneur will dare to dream when others fears. Entrepreneur will outward competition day and night. Entrepreneur is a captain of his fate. Entrepreneur is a master of his soul, boss of his own dreams. He takes criticism and negativity and use it to fuel the greatness in the society and for the entire human being. Entrepreneur think unique solutions. Entrepreneur is always hungry for success. Entrepreneur sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. But what is required to be an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur requires a strong set of entrepreneurial skill. And what kind of skills is required? Entrepreneur requires creativity, it requires creative thinking, it requires problem solving, and it requires communication skill. Young students today, in the era of Corona and a lot of things are going on in the negative terms, what is required? You have to be a confident, flexible, and adaptable, and have to build your interpersonal mindset. You have to focus on growing, developing, and improving. You have to think out of box. Thinking come out of your comfort zone. You have to come out of your comfort zone. Stretch your abilities, ignite your dreams, flourish your talent and skills, experiment and explore. And you have to sacrifice your today for your better tomorrow. I'm sure today's webinar with Dr. Chandan Chatterjee, one of the eminent personality in the textile era as well as in the industrial era, and who is a guiding force behind development of entire Gujarat entrepreneurial spirit. I'm sure with his presence, with his 1 hour session, he can create an entrepreneurial mindset amongst all of you and help you to big for the designing your own career by thinking big, dreaming big, and growing big. I wish everyone successful entrepreneurial journey in the next 1 year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sonare. Yes, it is for me also, it is learning of entrepreneurship. Started my career from eastern part, Calcutta, and then Maharashtra, Bombay, Aurangabad, Solapur, Nagpur, and so on. And then came to Gujarat again, another environment. Why I'm telling this part? Sometimes all the individuals, if you see in real terms, all the individuals, they are different. They are different. Therefore, entrepreneurs are also different. It cannot be. It is not just like y is equal to mx plus c. You put this thing and that will come. Again, place to place. This is my learnings. Place to place, it goes on changing. What is true possibly in Maharashtra, not necessarily it will be true in Gujarat. What is true in Gujarat, not necessarily it will be true in Karnataka. And within the state Also, sometimes if you try to understand the behavior of the people, local resources, understanding within the a state like Maharashtra, it's one of the big state. I realized the different places after working the system, people, thought, all these parameters are different. Now question is, can it be possible to formalize this thing? If you do this thing, you will become an entrepreneur. No, again, you will have to understand the background of the people, thought, because it is a primarily it is a behavioral science. So that means we are talking frequently on the attitude and other approach, how they are looking at. And therefore, I will just try to share my understanding, because learning from Gujarat, when I came Gujarat, again, a different format. They started Gujarat, possibly the entrepreneurship as an institute started first in the country. That is name is Center for Entrepreneurship Development. Fortunately, I was the director of Center for Entrepreneurship Development for quite a long time. It is entrepreneurship does not mean that you are going to earn the revenue 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 20 crores on this. No, even the Gujarat thought how to empower a mochiwala into thalawala. Now that is a different kind of game. Now, not necessarily everybody will be on that forum. Everybody ideally should be addressed to empower in the next level, in the process of entrepreneurship. It is a skill, it is an acumen. All these things cannot be possible everywhere in the same format. What I mean to say, I repeat this part. India is a vast country. Everything cannot be in the same formula. Maybe we have tried in Gujarat many of the industry in a subject, but we failed. Certain places we made success. It is because the behavior of the people accepting many activities, profession, so many other, even the family background, so many other issues also needs to be understood. I repeat, it is a behavioral science. Now questions come, because today's subject is why our students, bright student, now Dr. Sonario was telling, that's full of talent. Yes, that is the beauty of today's young generation, is a full of talent. Sometimes we also get puzzled what to do. If you are not in a position to utilize properly that this thing, it will be on the West. That is the issue for the today. Now, again, question for a students, young generation, the question definitely comes in mind. Why all of a sudden, all of us started thinking on entrepreneurship? Why it is? Why it is? It was not there that much in the 20 years back or 30 years back, even during our time. The situation was different. Just let me understand. Let me tell you that my experience, observation in a whole industrial, for my 45 years of experience in the whole process, observe, just if you look at before 91, what was the situation? It was a completely protected environment where industry cannot, even if the industry wants to move, they cannot move. I don't know my experience there before 91. Even if you want to import a small technology, today the young generation may not be in a position to understand, is it difficult to get a technology? Now I can get a technology just putting a click on the Google. But how it is possible that was restricted to import the technology in our country? I remember those days. Even 1980, 81 too. Even in the Maharashtra State Textile Corporation wanted to set up a new modern textile mill. Just and I'm giving the example to elaborate the situation. One is at Aurangabad, another is at Kalmeshwar near Nagpur. That both the textile mills is full of modern machineries. Maximum part it is under Indian, because it was not so easy to get. And some part of the machineries, only technology, it was from the imported technology. Just in the process, what happens? There is only few company in India, they were capable to manufacture of that level of technology. As a result, if an entrepreneur, a business wants to start, he is in the waiting period of getting the technology at least for 3 years. Can it be possible to imagine for this generation that even if I want to start a business, I'll have to wait for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to get even only technology. Now, can it be possible to plan it properly? Because now we can find that every day the situations are different. What I'm planning today, it's a dynamic situation. That time also it was there, but we could not understand because we were protected. Our fear was, if you allow the import of technology in such a way, what will happen? Our small industries, they will be vanished. Then what will be? Maybe that is the right or wrong, but that was the situation. Even for running a business, running an industry, even a small spare parts, if you want to import, you are in the waiting period at least 6 months to 1 year. Now, why I mean to say this part, realizing the fact that time it was not possible. Now, what to do? Even the engineers, all the management graduates, what they are supposed to do? They're looking for a job option. There is hardly any option. Either some people are looking for the government, some placement, and second part is for the industry. There's no other option. Even they want to, then who are doing the industry and business? There are only some fixed people that only Tata, Birla, Goenka, and these are the, we could name them, and it was not generalized as it is happening today. It is not restricted with the Tata, Birla, Goenka. It is for all the professionals. Certain places, if you find in the whole country, I have seen that the professional, they're coming forward to start something of their own. That situation was not there. It was not so easy to start an enterprise that time. So very clear for the students who are listening. I hope they can understand it was not, even there is no other option. Even if I am interested to do, it is not. So what I'm supposed to do, the traditional way of doing the business. What about the business we started? Even the people like me or some other people, that a traditional way. But in today's context, we are not really looking for traditional way of looking the business. That's why we are not talking for businessman. We are talking for entrepreneur. Now it comes to your mind that what is an entrepreneur? Is it different than the business? Is it business acumen and entrepreneurial skill? Is it a different? Yes, some difference is there. That's why the word terminology, everywhere there is other thing that is being discussed, but it needs to be understood that it has got some. What Dr. Sonari was also mentioning on that, one few points, what entrepreneur is supposed to do. Just to give let me give some example. That difference you yourself can understand. There are some industries. Let us start with the big industry, Reliance or ITC or Godrej, any of them. If you just analyze what they started with, either textile or something else. Godrej started with lock, then ITC started with tobacco. But every now and then, what they're doing, they're thinking something different. Again, a new initiative. Does it mean whatever they are doing, it is not doing well? No, we have not heard anything that these organizations are in trouble. No, even then, what they are doing, every now and then they are thinking, what is next? What is next? What is something new initiative? And when we talk about the new initiative, automatically it comes to our mind, it must be with the innovation. You cannot do it. Any business, what's the new, it cannot be. Even if we go for purchasing a refrigerator as a consumer, what we do, we try to find out what are the new features it has come. Is it something automatic? Is it something eco-friendly? Anything. It's go on adding. Latest means it must be with innovative, that needs to be. Now the innovation word we are discussing every now and there is no other option except talking of for the survival itself, we need the innovation. And as entrepreneurs is talking, that's why continuous new initiative and innovation. Even for a small business, let us say somebody is manufacturing the mithai, the mithai some rasgulla or this. It's a well, it is there. Their popularity is so gained that there is a queue. Some of the shop that people are coming. But what if really they are entrepreneurs? Because they never thought of scaling up there. Just look at the difference between some business people and some business people doing some scale up. Some business are just as it is. We are not talking for as it is. We are talking for scale up. Scale up. Those people, they can survive because it's a dynamic situation. We don't know tomorrow what will happen. We don't know what will happen. Therefore, government is also talking for the startup. I think you are listening. You are discussing on that. Again, innovation. What startup we are talking? What startup? What's the difference of the startup? That also needs to understand. Is it that not entrepreneurship? Is it not usual business? What is that? Okay. Then again, there's another thought. We are talking the business for tomorrow. Now, say example, Ola, Uber. It is a common this thing feature everybody is supposed to know. That time, Ola, Uber, when they thought this could be the tomorrow's requirement. Otherwise, taxi service was there. It is not something new, but they thought this could be tomorrow's requirement with the way the things are, our social structure and things are happening. That's the beauty. That's why this startup, just I'm giving an example because it's again a different subject. And just to sensitize the difference that the startup we are talking for, what is missing, we'll have to find out and go for, and that we are trying to do it because today the business is not this restricted within the state, within the country. It is all over the world. Your competitiveness, we are supposed to understand then the worldwide. Now question comes, if I am not in a position to be competitive worldwide, what happens? It is nothing. You can do, you can develop. But if you are not competitive enough within your country, then somebody else from other parts of the world, they will go on dumping. And that is happening. That is happening because I'm not competitive even within my country. Now what to do? Now your question will be definitely, then we should stop it. Other people to come in and come India and stop all these activities. That is not possible. That we know because of world trade, that regulation we have signed, we have accepted. World is now open. Your competitiveness, that's why we are asking for the students, engineers, management graduates, just please think about the situation. If you go to because the engineering and technology students mostly, I believe you are listening, just look at today's context. If you have this fan, table fan, the light, all the equipment here, refrigerator, your AC. Now it may be Crompton, it may be Philips, it may be Usha, it may be, but inside, if you go through, it is made in China or made in Taiwan. Now what is happening as a result? As a result, what is happening? What about the manufacturing activity? It was there in our country, even during our time. Even during our time, just remind you, it was completely being manufactured at least to some extent. But now they are outsourcing. They are outsourcing because we have lost the competitiveness. As a result, just look at the situation. What is happening? What is happening? We are losing the job. Now, why it is happening? Now people will say that job are losing, government should do, and this. Say nobody can do, hardly. It's a contribution, maybe governments a little bit, but it is a situation. Our competitiveness, I'll have to create. I'll have to develop. Just for your information, let me share the Department of Science and Technology, one report. It's the old report I was referring. 2/3 of the import in our country, 2/3, just listen, 2/3 of the import in our country, thousands of things are getting imported today. Everywhere you will find it is imported. Either New Zealand, Australia, Samsung or South Korea. Everywhere you go out, they are also all are imported. If you go inside, you are imported. Now question, we will go on watching this thing. We'll go on watching. Just Can it be possible our engineers and management scientists just to go on watching and looking for a job, looking for a small job? I don't know whether they are, if they get a job, but question is again, questions come, they'll be unemployed because of the situation. Even the big players, the corporate, whoever is coming to India, just look at, just watch it. Even Dr. Sonar is there. I was also closely associated with the textile industry. That time, whenever some work was carried out by 25 people, now that same work is being carried out by 1%, even in the conventional our industry. That reality we'll have to understand. No other option except thinking, doing something of our own. What I mean to say today, now question is whether bright career or not bright career, that is the next part. But first thought process is we have got no other option except thinking for doing something of our own. And that is how we are discussing today in this forum. Now, there is a regional comprehensive economic partnership. I don't know whether you have heard it. Last Limpi, what is his name? President of China, Limpi. And now he was also trying. There are countries like China, Asian country, South Korea, Australia, Japan, New Zealand. Why I'm trying to say it? They are pressurizing India that you make completely free, duty-free, all their products that they are doing. That's a peculiar. And they were trying to create a world largest free trade zone. Now India is backed up. Again, India is thinking if they accept, we are not prepared. But question is how long? How long? That is the question. We'll have to accept. Now the advantage, today we said no at the moment with certain condition only we'll accept. But at the same time, that is also true. That if you don't accept this thing, their proposal, they are also the business, you won't be able to connect yourself. It is a win-win situation. So how long? That is the parameter. I was going through their this total revenue India is getting on the 25,000 crore annually minimum. I don't know, it may be more estimated. I'm telling every year for import duty we are getting 25,000 crore. We should be happy? No, it's a dangerous for us. There is a town or city, UNO in China. No, I believe you know it. Now that city is having say around 15 lakhs population. It's a very small city. And what they are doing? They are manufacturing and preparing idol. भगवान का मूर्ति हमारा तो सब कुछ ले लिया. भगवान का भी मूर्ति वो लोग ले लिए. Can you imagine the situation? Does it need an extraordinary caliber and capability? Our engineers, there's so much talent, intelligent, these people, new generation. Can it be possible to accept this thing? Can it be possible? Now, as I said, that 2/3 of our import, why I'm saying, you go to the website, find out what are the items we are getting imported. Can it be possible to make the substitute, import substitute? Can it be possible to do it? Why not? Now, your this thing thought maybe, sir, it is true, but there may be very complicated things where I just let me tell you, everything is not complicated. Majority are very simple. Just take an example. Let me share again. Last year, I was finding another report that in our country, 8,000 crores, what? Just look at, this is the Times of India, just maybe September 19. Yes, September 19, there you go to the search, you'll find that report. Interesting. That we are importing agarbatti. Agarbatti to shuna hoga, agarbatti. agarbatti worth 8,000 crore every year from China. I don't know from other countries they are doing or not. That's a different question. But 8,000 crore worth agarbatti bhi hum nahi bana sakte. That's a question. It is a why I'm telling it is a lack of initiative. It is nothing we can enjoy. We can rule the world. I say rule the world because the largest young generation we are talking, all the developed nation, even China itself, they're in trouble because the shortage of young generation. And we are the most fortunate in the today's context, fortunate country, and we are not in a position to take the initiation. That's why entrepreneurship we are talking, continuous initiative and with innovation. That's part. It is not that in the very simple many kind of things we fail to do it, and we are not in a position. That's a very sad situation. I don't say that everybody, but many people they are coming. And when we are referring to the startup, because the young generation, many of the people they're coming with the idea. That's true, but question is idea needs to be validated. You are not supposed to float in the air. Reality, I have understood. I have learned from the state like Gujarat. I have seen the people without education. They're doing in some different way. Innovation, every point they're doing. Why? It is there. It is inside. It is there. That innovation, that skill, it is there. That aggressiveness, it is there within us. And now question, when those people without basic qualification, education can do it, why not the engineers, our technologists, our science background, even commerce, these people, they are not in a position to think over to do something of their own. That is an issue. Question does not arise whether it is a brighter, there's no other option. I repeat, there is no other option. Otherwise, we'll have to go on watching, and other country people go on dumping. And for last again today, this because of the China's incident, we are talking on that. No, we'll remove this, but that's a different question. But why not our people, all of us, take together? Yes, all the institution will take this thing. Promise no, at least every professor, every faculty will take this responsibility. I will create in this thing education at least 2 entrepreneurs during my tenure of this thing and make it successful. That is my object of this. It is everybody's responsibility. I'm not telling that it is I'll go on blaming our students. It is a responsibility of me also. I'm also part of that system. Now it's the government. Sometimes we say blame. Where to give a blame? We go on giving because I spent many years in governments. Many years. What Dr. Sunare was telling. In fact, I joined government of Gujarat as textile expert. Based on my learnings from Maharashtra, I was taken this responsibility. But within this process, I learned many things. I'm just trying to share with all of you that this is a kind of thing we can do it in a very easy way, but we are not doing. And it is the response. Now, question is government. What's the government? Now today, Atmanirbhar Bharat government has announced. Now question, it cannot be automatic. It cannot be automatic. It is for existing industry to protect them, at the same time newcomers who want. What is the uniqueness? I'll not go details on that because time will not part on that. How detailed? Just a pinpoint on that. Go to the website. Try to understand. They said there will be no collateral support. This guarantee is required. Collateral, because if you as an entrepreneur, would be entrepreneur, young man with no money because you have just graduated, engineering graduated, or maybe science graduate, or maybe commerce graduate, or maybe management, this thing, you may have that eagerness to do something. You know that, yes, I can do it. Today's contact any information, which was not possible even 20 years back. You can get everything just on the computer. That we know. It is possible. It is possible. We can validate my understanding whether I'm right or wrong. That also can be validated, which was not possible 30 years back or 40 years back. That needs to be understood. Today it is possible. And therefore, government, I repeat this part, sometimes we are going for over dependence on the government. Government should do. Let me share on the entrepreneurs. I have learned from these people. Many people make a mistake. Mistake in the sense, government, sitting in the government, most of the I have realized that government के पास कौन आता है? Government के पास वो आता है जो दुखी लोग आता है, जो ना जो फेल हो जाता है ना. Successful लोग कोई government के पास आते नहीं. So I have learned mostly failure story. Sorry for that. You may be expecting that I'll go on talking of the success story, but fortunately or unfortunately, I have learned mostly the failure story, and I observe why they failed just for either not understanding, not trained up properly. Why I say that entrepreneurship training, even if you go to the world level organization, that report, it's an old report, but just I refer this thing. They made a study. They made a study all over the world, of course, not only India, all over the world, small entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs. The object was to find out why only they have taken the people who fail, not success story. Most of the places, what we do, even various forums, seminar, we go on talking of the success story. But they said, no, it is the failure stories they have collected all over the world, the survey, and they try to understand what is the prime reason for the failure of an entrepreneur. And there are many observations, but just one line, let me share with you. It is a just failure. It is because they are not properly trained. They are not properly trained. Just look at this situation. They are not proper. They have money or they have the family business. They went on doing that training, that skill of entrepreneurship is not developed. And as a result, every third person, what I mean to say, that without training, they will not be successful. That I'm not telling, but the possibility of failure is very high. So that's why we are talking about, it is not we, whole world, the success and failure, they are also analyzing. Now, of course, the startup, we are listening. Now, India, sometimes we feel the 2018 report that 90% startup failed. I should not talk much on the failure story, but it is fact. Now, question, why they fail? Because they have the idea, but the idea was just floating. Many people just feel I have got the best idea. So business is not just by idea. You'll have to make it commercialized. You'll have to connect with the ground. That's why validation in every point. Just an example. That whole college, engineering and technology here. Now here, just my example, I say for the student, say Wanjari, that whole foundation or college of engineering and technology, all fields are there, all fields. Now, question is, if you start something of your own, you may be mechanical, you may be electrical, you may be IT, you may be, or maybe you don't have anything, but you have got the access of having all the multidisciplinary knowledge. You should be proud. You should be proud that this studying in that sort of college. You should be proud. But we are not doing. We are not using it. Can it be possible to get an idea, just to get a list of import? Just an example. That's work I can give to all of you. That list of import, you can find out which we are getting import. List of export item, that is also possible. Even you can start writing to our Indian High Commission, and their trade division is there in the respective country, Indian High Commission or embassy. Just write to them. You have got the capability of writing. There is no cost of writing because the email is there. You do it. You send 100 letters. There will be at least 20 letters reply. And develop it and connect it, understand it. But we are not doing that supply. We are depending, everybody is talking for, sir, should I get a job? Where I should go to get, where you will get job? You'll be underemployed. The industries are also going to exploit you. Reason is the situation at there. It is not only the manufacturing is getting reduced, it is that the whatever the corporates, they're coming with the fully automation. Just look at that. Look at that. Now, how many people, and that's why they're asking for the people who have got the multidisciplinary knowledge. I say my student, my boys and stuff, the girls, just learning where you are in this stage, where the expectation is very high, and that's quite natural. During our time, to get a book, engineering book, it is not so easy. It was so costly. Even the library that's fighting for a book. Now it is just a click. You can get any information in the world, best publication, best things. And at the same time, all the qualified professionals in your institute, you can do it. Create the idea, validate with the different department, different specialization, your professor, other people, even they can recommend some industry people also, and get it validated and then move. Many people make a mistake. Sir, government to ye de raha hai, support de raha hai, main wo karu. No, support is an additional advantage. Just mind it. Entrepreneur never calculate based on government support. They calculate first criteria as the potentiality of that item and subject what we are talking. They're missing many places. They get just because they move, just because the government gave a certain supports, and to utilize that support, they started something, but they did not get any clue further. As a result, they are in trouble. So entrepreneurship, what kind of entrepreneurship I'm talking? I believe that you are understanding that part. And today's context, if you talk on that, again, the situation is that it is basically the whole country online. If you go through the trading is a big activities. It is happening all over and here the trading is most of the trading there is a technology embedded trading. The traditional trader, they are not in a position to develop. Even if you go through, just example, I'm telling the government's provision. If you go on talking governments announcing many things, but we are not trying to understand on that. Government has announced that small people, if they want to start something, to promote them, government is talking that all the public sector, they have said 25% of their requirement, they'll have to take it from the small people. Now look at within the country, can it be possible to get that advantage? Just let me share with you this advantage. It is advantage, but people are not in a position to do it. People are not in a position. Therefore, we are talking for the complete business model, and that models are changing. Why? That model, just look at it is not me telling. If you say that today's not because of COVID-19, I'm telling before that also, if you find the restaurants there, people are not coming, it is coming down. What is increasing? The empty, the restaurant, it is a home delivery started. It is a models are getting changed. Don't be afraid. Sometimes we make this kind of issue. No, it's they are in trouble, but this different formation. Tuition class. Now tuition class once upon a time, it's a huge. Now suddenly what is happened? People are coming again. Tuition classes are also getting empty, and they're moving on online study materials. I just give a simple business model how it is getting changed. Now car sales because recent past we are talking that the recession that time we are discussing on the tremendous down, but this thing the car all people, even Maruti, Mahindra, Hyundai, everybody is in trouble because it's a huge recession. But there's a issue. I should say, what is the entrepreneurship? Just an example, let me share. The Mahindra and Mahindra, government started discussing, no, we are in trouble because all this production, it has gone down, and these people are getting unemployed. But even before that, when government started thinking, Mahindra already invested 55% of the stake in Meru. Just look at, just analyze the foreseeing of entrepreneur. They are not businessmen, they are entrepreneurs. That's why I say they are entrepreneurs. Even Hyundai, Kia, they started investing in Ola. What I mean to say, they know it. They know it. That's why it's a different than the normal businessman. A businessman is entering, and an entrepreneur said, you'll find an attitude itself. A businessman entering means what they will do. A businessman, they will say, no, okay, you are doing this thing. You are looking for marketing, just this thing. Tell me what is the best. You are looking for the stores. Okay, this part, you are in the production, this part, and then do it where you. But when an entrepreneur enters, his thought is how to empower my existing activities in the next level. That's the first thought. That's why you are talking for the entrepreneur. It's a need. Why you are telling the not businessman, entrepreneur? Because now you are going to face not only our country, whole world, your competitiveness and dynamics. That's why I say that tuition classes is losing. This the car is going on. The Ola is improving. It's a changing pattern. Normal traditional. When the GST came, demonetization came, majority of the small people could not withstand the situation. Maybe it is a good interest, but withstand. I know the series of people got closed, mainly the traders, small traders, they got closed. It's a loss, huge, but no other option. No other option. That's why we make the traditional business people be careful, because now it is not within our control that everything will be protected by government. We'll move to the government, and government will put it. No, that days have gone. That days have gone. Now it is a liberal economy. We have no. If I want to subsidize my product to make it exported, even there will be international law. They will give an objection. No, you cannot do it. Many people feel. I just came because I'm not textile. Many things. Just a few examples I give here in Gujarat. There's an Ankleshwar is a series of chemicals manufactured. There are dyes and chemicals. I just referring once upon that there is a huge requirement. There's the ingredients for reactive dyes. Reactive dyes in the textile is very commonly used, and their material is it's called vinyl sulfur. Yes, vinyl sulfur. And our requirement that time, I just say about 5 years back, that Weekly India, there is a chemical report there. I was referring. India, our requirement that time was 10,000 crore ton. Now, out of 10,000, 6,000 ton we were importing from mostly in China, and 4,000 are getting manufactured either in Gujarat and some other parts of this part. Just for your information. Today, those entrepreneurs who are manufacturing even vinyl sulfur and part of the things they were importing from China. Today, almost 10,000 crore ton vinyl sulfur we are exporting to China. Can you imagine? So don't be afraid. Our capability has got no question. Only the initiative we can dump. Even China is dumping, we can dump in China. Can it not be possible to do it? Yes, 2018, there's a report that 90% of the startup failure. But at the same time, there's another report by America Industry Association. Just go to the search 2018. That report was very interesting on the startup. They accumulated the successful large startup from different countries. Different countries mean there immigrated many people from India, Japan, and they are working in USA. The list, the top country who are the successful in startup, top countries. I remember there are 9 companies startup, very successful startup. They were referring 9 company from Israel and 9 company from Canada. And interesting part, 8 companies in the next row, 8 companies are from India. Just believe, just think. It is an environment, some other parameters, which is enhancing our ability. So my question is, our ability is not a question mark. It is a tremendous whole over world. Now I was going now that what is that now artificial intelligence and this now that concept Alexa we are listening that Alexa just tell me the capital of this part. Oh, we are listening. You know that young generation. I was stunned. This Alexa, who has developed Alexa? It is Mr. Rohit from that Birla Institute of Technology, Ranchi. Just go through. Of course, Rohit is now the vice president of Amazon. That's a different. What I mean to say, in a world over, our people are doing these things. It's not that their capability is a question mark. We'll have to motivate. We'll have to take an initiative. We are not utilizing our resources. Which countries are there just in the whole world? Who has got the full of resources? We have got the water, minerals, cotton, basic raw material, all the basic industries. Now, full of resources, country with the resources, and this many industry can survive who have the resources. And just examples, anybody who is having the resources, exclusive resources, because resources cost is 60 to 70% cost of the total project cost. So nobody can compete so easily. I'm not going to tell which are the resources, how you can go every resource based, what are the opportunity. That is not the today's subject. But what I mean to say, it is Bangladesh has got nothing, but they are ruling on the garment industry. They don't have fabric, they don't have cotton, nothing. Vietnam, nothing. Sri Lanka, nothing. Now question is, we go on watching these things. Can it be possible to tolerate? They don't have, even Japan, even South Korea. What are the resources they have? Can it be possible compare with our country? Our country, different place, different thing, and different kind of skill, people. That's an interesting part in the whole country. We are fortunate to be the citizen of India, of that country. But we are not doing the way it should. So today's context, my subject was definitely whether it's a bright option. Yes, but I said, of course, Dr. Sonare also, I was trying to say, it's not bright, it is no other option. And we are misusing our capability. We are not using this young generation. How many people, we are the elite people. We are learning engineering, technology, management. We are the elite class of the people. How many people are getting this education? It can afford getting this. Can you imagine? It is not affordable, not affordable. And we are the most fortunate, but we are not ready to do it. Proper utilization of our knowledge and understanding and capability. That is the biggest drawback. We are looking for a job. Job was the only option during our period, no other option. Where we should go? Only the people passing out from IIT or IIM, they used to go to abroad, that's all. There they had a hardly contribution for the country. And now question is for all the engineers, they're looking for job. Sometimes the people come, sir, I want. Why? The day one when you are joining in a college, that day itself, it will, when teacher is teaching you every subject, you try to find out, is it that my opportunity today on that? Any opportunity is there? And I can take the help of my teacher also. Sir, I'm thinking this, is it correct? If teacher is not enough, a teacher will guide you. You go there, discuss this thing. My students are also, alumni also in their industry. They will also help you. There's a way of doing. And today's context, all the formalities, I will not go that we are blaming to government. Government, who is government? That also sometimes I don't know. It is that we are the part of the government. We are supposed to empower the government system. sometimes sitting in governments, I realize really we are genuinely harassing the industries. Sometimes I realize, no, genuinely we are not doing. It is because of ignorance. Because of ignorance, I'm not pushing the file further. Whole the system is not the way it is changing. I remember the day when we took a project to train all the officials of customs. Now just I'm giving the example of what is the missing in the government system. Why? Because the customs are not in a position to custom ka paas optic fiber का फाइबर देखा तो टेक्सटाइल में डाल दिया. I mean, now question, there is a limitation. You have to understand the way the changing is happening. That's why I say business models are getting changed. Subjects are getting changed. World over, the things are coming, going. Now question is, they just kept it on hold. It is not genuinely that they are really trying to harass, but they don't have other option except to keep it pending. Sometimes there's a need to empower and train of our officials, but keeping in that part, everything we cannot do. But at the system, when we move forward, the young generation, we can move forward. This even the system, I have seen that system can be changed with the pressure of the young generation. Everybody is afraid of that with the talent and power of young generation. I remember just a small example, what entrepreneurship skill, what entrepreneurial skill and acumen I'm talking in Gujarat. I've seen one day I just कोई स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया बहुत दिन पहले का बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, 10 साल पहले का ही जस्ट एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, 10 क्या 15 साल पहले, जस्ट वन लेडी विथ साड़ी गांव से आया स्टेट बैंक के पास, काउंटर में देख रहा है, इज फाइटिंग क्योंकि उसको कोई 200 रुपया जमा करना है, कुछ जो भी है, एंड जो काउंटर में जो लोग है, जो पर्सन है, वो बोला ठीक से लिख के लाओ, नहीं तो नहीं लेंगे. वो बोल रहा मेरे को आता नहीं लिखने को, बोला वो पता नहीं. तो वो लेडी वाज फाइटिंग और बोल रहा है कि ये आपका जवाबदारी है, मेरे को नहीं आता तो उसके लिए मेरा ये नहीं है, आपका जवाबदारी है, मेरा आपका पास अकाउंट है, क्या करना है आप कर लो, मेरे को पता नहीं है, मेरे को. That's the girls we are talking. We should not go back. Entrepreneur cannot go back. He should fight for the rights. It is your rights to become an entrepreneur today. And you can rule the world. We have got the complete access. This much power we have. I know the time is not allowing me to move forward, but question is, it is a subject of not opportunities. That believe me, opportunities enormous. That is true, 100% true. But believe me, start thinking. Even the many formalities and other things, today's content, it can be done in online. Just go to the website. Even with the company, if you want to form as an individual, how to do it? Go to the website, develop it, and getting it validated by your teacher, by other people, industry. People are there. Everybody won't charge you. Now you may feeling, sir, for that no. Many people are there. They're ready to serve you. They are ready to serve for the people, for the students. They have got the special affiliation for the students. They don't charge. Even for me, when I find it is the students, I feel I'll help you. At that's last point. But I must expect that your efforts continues. That is the whole part. People are there. Our country is unique. I've seen the corporate social that responsibility. That's okay. I'm deviating my subject, but question is that many people, they're doing for the people. It's a peculiar our country, and there's an advantage. It is an advantage India that needs to be understood. I don't take it much forward because I say when we talk last I say because I mentioned that bad situation of automobile industry. I said one thing, there is a problem with Maruti, Hyundai, this thing, but other places, Kia is overbooked. Now, it's very difficult to comment on that. That means you'll have to move differently with the changing situation. That means model needs to be changed, business model, that keep it in mind. And for that, be ready. For that, normal traditional business cannot survive. Only the entrepreneur, with a continuous initiative and innovation. Because innovation, it is now it is a part of our life every day. At our home also, we are finding that innovation. So without taking much time, I must thank Govindrao, Wanjari Foundation and their College and Technology, Dr. Shohani ji, Wanjari, then Avijit ji, then Dr. Smith, Wanjari ji, all people and all faculty, and they're so structured. I was sharing with Dr. Sunavane, structure and the time they're checking, rechecking this part. Very beautiful, organized these people. We can do something miracle. I have got that feeling. If we start doing, we can change complete revolution. And last but not the least, Dr. Hemant Sonare is my very close friend. But after long time, again, we are meeting on the online. The situations are, everything is online. I don't know tomorrow what will be the next. Thank you very much.